Welcome back to Backroomconvos. I'm your host, Lesego M, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Cairo. Listen, I am back with it. I'm your host at the most. I don't know what I'm even saying at the moment. I'm just excited about the podcast. I know I didn't record yesterday. I do apologize, man. I do apologize, because they see that all the things in between, baby. So yeah, man. Song of the day. Let's just talk about song of the day, man. I've been listening to a lot of Sashi. He does a lot of like amazing music, and I know some of the songs that I listen to are popular on TikTok, instrumental. His name is Sashi B. The song that I was bumping throughout this week was Shakespeare, and today I got introduced to another song by Sashi called Sunday Reinforcement or something on Spotify. So the song of the day is Shakespeare by Sashi B. It was released this year. The song is 8 minutes 54 seconds, and it currently ranks listeners at this point is not even known, but the listeners are 1,118 and 864. Is it the right amount? I don't know. That's in millions. I don't know. It's 1.1 million, guys. It's 1.1 million. I don't want to repeat that. It's 1.1 million. How are you? How's your day? How's your Wednesday? What's your woman crush Wednesday? Remember back in the day we used to, it's not even back in the day because it's Malovanyana or before COVID, we used to have like woman crush. Do I have a woman crush Wednesday? Yes, I did share my woman crush Wednesday with you guys. I did say Wuti Lebo Machine is one because my mom loved her, and I did say Wuti Viola Davis. I love her as well. I did say Wuti, I love Beyonce. I love, who else do I love? But there's a bunch of women that I love. I love who this lady is. Nas's sister. I won't say the name, but I also love let me just keep it there. You know what I mean? I know, like I started off with this episode today, and like people are thinking, listen, Maskima's content and he's going all over the place. Okay, let's dive right onto it. That was Namhlanje. Today's news, guys. I saw over the weekend El Tito's was interviewing Cassper and Nasty C, and they did announce on the spot that they were working on a collaborative project, a joint album between Nasty C and Cassper. I think it's very good for the culture of hip-hop. I think it's good for hip-hop in general. We need that. We need bars, actually. We don't just, there's another kid from PTA. I've been sharing a lot of snippets from TikTok. I've been hearing a lot of snippets from TikTok, and bro, the kid, no, that kid is dope. That song is very potent. It's very potent, and I'm enjoying a lot of like that. If you've listened to Fresh Plata, you are going to like that song for sure. I see a lot of people are saying Maclera, and some of the ladies here are disappointed. I haven't watched the episode with Oskambo on McG. Shout out to McG, by the way. Oskambo's episode, people were kind of disappointed. The ladies specifically were kind of disappointed. Oskambo has this voice. We were expecting Oscar Perry White. We were expecting Oscar must have the voice Perry White. But well, it's not like that. You can't have everything, ladies. So yeah, it is what it is, and a lot of the ladies were disappointed that it didn't have. And I remember reading a comment of someone saying, it's best for Oscar to keep on dancing and DJing and never talk again, because what the fuck is that? I'm so sorry for cursing. I'm so sorry. We don't condone profanity in this show. We don't condone profanity. How are you on this amazing Wednesday, man? I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm living life, going through it, and going into 2024, man. We don't want to be in the soldiers list, man. We want to be in the and the blessings list there. Ziyabuya, this side, I mean, we are here, Ziyabuya. I'm trying to accommodate everyone. Ziyabuya in your English, Ziyabuya. So yeah, no, it's buoying this side, guys. It's buoying. So, we want to be in the blessings list in 2024. God must put us into the blessings list. We've been soldiers. This thing is trapping. This thing is trapping. Life is being, but it is what it is, man. We pray for, a lot of wisdom, and these struggles that we face on a day-to-day basis, you get that wisdom, you learn, you implement, you grow. So I'm appreciative of life regardless, So yeah, man, I wasn't planning on taking that route, but I did. So shout out to Tyla, by the way. Tyla released 3 songs of her debut album, so she will be releasing a debut album. So she dropped 3 songs. One is featuring Travis Scott, Water remix featuring Travis Scott, and I did saw some of the posts where they were at some the Renaissance premiere, the Renaissance film premiere for Beyonce. Tyla was there, even Travis Scott were there. So that's when I saw, the premiere of the episode. What did I say? Premiere of the episode. That's when I saw Tyla as a remix with Travis Scott, because they were doing a promo, and I think saying, guess who's on the Water remix, and Travis Scott is the person who's on that remix. The second song was Butterfly is on and on. Butterfly is on and on. The third song was is it Truth or Not? It's Truth or Not, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's Truth or Not, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a lot of things that are happening in music, right? There's a lot of music, and Tyla is putting SA on the map, bro. And I've been saying this, even on the past episode, I did mention about Tyla, bro, is doing promo more than Trevor Noah did with the ad. And we're not fighting, we are not, and Trevor gave us a discount, but I think you must do that for your country without even expecting a cent, even though you're doing it to bring us to the world, to get the world talking. It's good for our tourism department, but to represent, and Tyla is doing that. It carries that very well. Nothing like his Trevor Noah, man. She's holding us down, even, and I'm very proud to be South African because of people like them, So I really appreciate that a lot, man. Speaking of music, Michael Jackson's daughter, I don't remember the name. I didn't Google the name. So sorry. Didn't Google the name. So she was saying that there's a girl who works for TMZ by the name of Amber, and she wanted her opinion. She wanted her opinion on the tattoo that Offset has on the stomach. Is it the stomach, the torso area that he has of his father, MJ, Michael Jackson? May his soul rest in peace. So Offset has a tattoo of MJ on the stomach. So they were trying to get Michael Jackson's daughter to react to it, or to give her thoughts on it. And she was like, I'm not gonna wait for TMZ to put this as a headline tomorrow morning. I'm just gonna see this now. I don't give a... Why do I keep, wanting to say all these, I like keep using all these words, So she was saying, which I don't give a F about, what TMZ is saying and what that girl is doing. And I think there might be something there. So she's using that to get back to her. So yeah, that came out, and they were saying Offset, the tattoo, what do you think? Boo, boo. And shout out to Offset, by the way. I didn't realize it, and I'm not saying this because Quavo, and shout out to Quavo, by the way. I saw a video, he was in Japan, where he saw a guy who was wearing a t-shirt of Take Off, Offset, and the Migos basically. And he was like, what did you buy this t-shirt? It's very hard. It's like streetwear t-shirt. That t-shirt is very hard. So he was saying that, but you need to give me, can I have that t-shirt? So they gave it to, I think they did give it to him, if I'm not mistaken. So back to Offset. People were saying, Offset is like the Beyonce of the Migos. And we all didn't see it. After, may his soul rest in peace, feel with, whose name is it? Take Off and Offset. After Take Off was laid to rest. There was Quavo and Offset who left, and people were wondering, but who's actually the Beyonce? Because in my opinion, I really thought like Takeoff was the Beyonce of the Migos, because the bars were insane. I was listening to LA, the LA freestyle that they did. Not they've never done a freestyle with Flex. I've never had a freestyle from them with Flex, but I've had the LA 105 freestyles, and you know, Takeoff was going hard, bro. Yo, he was going hard. I had everybody, when I was listening to the freestyle, I was like, oh, this is actually he is actually the Beyonce of the Migos group, right? So Quavo and Offset are left now, and I'm like, ooh, people are just coming up with the debate to who is the Migos? Who is the Beyonce of the Migos group, you know? And I'm like, oh, if I had to look, well, Quavo hasn't released a lot of music now that I think about it. And Offset has been, he just dropped a project recently, so it's all over. He's been with Kai, even shout out to Kai, by the way. Kai seen that, he's been on the stream, they did a 24-hour thing, they even called Cardi B, and Kai was quoting Cardi B, Miss Cardi, and there was a whole thing that was going on. Kai was crushing on who's Cardi B's sister. He was crushing on her, and they tried to get on the line, and it was dope. I enjoyed the stream, even though I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched snippets of everything that was going on, and I'm also like thinking about going into Kick as well. But you know, it's all in due time. I'm going to do that for sure and start streaming some of the things that we do. And yeah, so how are you guys? How are you finding the episode? I know, like today's episode is boring for sure. I'm not enjoying it myself because the content maybe might be wet, but it is what it is. It is work or not, we still going, man. And I was watching. I want us to talk about the Ray Charles movie and Django. If you don't know, two brilliant movie. The character of Ray Charles is played by Jamie Foxx, and in Django, well, Jamie Foxx is also Django. Two amazing movies, and I got to look at another character that is a part of the production, which is Kerry Washington, right? Kerry Washington played Ray Charles' wife on Ray Charles, the movie. You know, in Django, she also played the girlfriend of Django. And these two have an amazing chemistry. And I'm glad I'm not the only one who saw that. You know, I'm glad I'm not the only one who saw that. And people were talking about it, Uguti. These two actually have an amazing chemistry, and we're not aware, you know, now that people brought it to light, Uguti. This is the first clip of Django. This is the clip of Ray Charles. And they were like, oh, these people are killing the character. And I'm so glad the person who initiated I actually have an amazing character playing this person when I'm with Jamie Foxx, Kerry Washington saying that to Jamie Foxx, vice versa, Jamie Foxx saying that to Kerry Washington. Like, I think they do have something great going on, and I'm like, wow, I'm here for it. You know, what movie are they working on again? You know. And shout out to Jamie Foxx, man. I saw one of his clips where he was talking, and he was just showing a bunch of gratitude, man, saying this year has been the toughest years of his life, you know. And he was very grateful of the support from his fans, the family, and everybody that was around him. And for me, that, man, it really touched my soul. And I was like, well, like, all these people are saying that people are cloned, the theories. I want to believe that, but man, I can't, you know, like, some of these things do get to me, and like, one of those things, it's what he said, you know, going through that. I'm human, man, I have emotions, and, you know, when he started saying that, I was like, there's no way that this man is a clone, man. He speaks to us, he speaks to our heart. Jamie Foxx is very talented, man. He can sing, he can act, he can dance, he can do comedy, he can impersonate, bro. Like, he's like Robot Boy. For those of you who don't know, he's like Robot Boy Like Robot Boy can literally do anything at any time, bro. He can play drums, he can sing, he can rap, he can dance. You know what I mean. So for those of you who just joined us in the Mix G, what's up? For those of you who just joined us, how are you, man? How was your Wednesday? Who's your woman crush Wednesday? Do let us know in the comment section. I'm your host with the most, Thuso M, Report, aka Shoot Your Shot. Let's go at the break and we'll talk when we get back at it. Cheers. Well, welcome back to Backroomconvo. I'm your host, Thuso M, Report, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy, like Kylo. Listen, if you're a fan of pods, stay tuned because you might like what we're cooking. And we just came back from a break. For those of you who just joined us, man, we've been having a conversation. We did speak about Offset and MJ's daughter, talking about that. How incredible Jamie Foxx is, bro. Like, the guy is talented. And the only person that I can think of who's closer to that is Robot Boy. And the chemistry between Jamie Foxx and Kerry Washington on those two movies, Ray Charles and Django, amazing. And I was giving out a shout out to also the beautiful Tyla. The amazing Tyla. She is about to release her album. She's about to release her album. So she released 3 tracks. Water remix featuring Travis Scott, which is a part of the project. That project as well. Butterflies and butterflies. I'm so sorry about that. With True or Not. I think that's it. With True or Not, if I'm not mistaken, that's the track of the album. The cover art is giving America. I would like, it's giving America. It's giving. But there's a song that I like after Water, which is Butterflies on Butterflies. Yeah, I think that's the song that I love, which has a lot of Afro. It has piano, man. It still has the Tyla. It's nice, man. It's nice. And man, she's been doing a lot of great things, man. The team is amazing. She's going to the world. I think as much as Uncle Waffles had a good year this year in SA, but I think even Tyla had an amazing year. In my opinion, even Tyla had an amazing year. Because for the past 6 months, she was saying, I was nobody, but I was able to shoot off and be this amazing individual or this amazing superstar who's made people like Kim K, Travis Scott, Chris Brown, and went on tour. And, getting advice from people like Chris Brown is a legend, bro. And having to go on tour with those people to learn and, to also aspire to be bigger than where you are. It's like, the team is amazing. Shout out to Tyla, mate. Shout out to Tyla for that. And, it's amazing to see that she's even young. She's pushing. She's beautiful. She has the quality, man. I just feel she doesn't, invest in some of like the best stuff because she has a lot going on. Shout out to Nasty as well. He's one of the people that blew, but he never blew. Because Tyla blew in the past 6 months. He made it into the billboards. The song, was featured everywhere. He's having Hollywood interviews. He's having world tours all over the world. Uncle Waffles also has that. But now Tyla, in 6 months, is able to match that. Not to say I'm comparing our beautiful ladies, our beautiful queens, but I'm just saying, Jay Uti, it's been an amazing year for her, man. And it makes me proud. And you need to celebrate those moments when our people go out into the world and represent. And it's even our sound, and it's even our sound, the piano sound. And which brings me to my next, topic, what I want us to talk about. I've always listened to hip-hop, I've always been a big fan of hip-hop. Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, you named it. Andre 3000, you named them. Outkast, you name the groups, you name everybody. And I'm like, I've always been a fan of that. And sonically, when I was writing my music, for those of you, I did write music, and I was an artist. I am still an artist. I am. Sonically, I was going for more of the American sound. You know what I mean? I was leaning more towards the American sound. And I don't have a problem with people who are saying, yeah, Nasty is saying, but I mean, like, this is how I sound. You know, like, I'm all for, like, this sound. It's not American. It's what I do. It's what I love. This is how I know how to do it. And I won't let anybody take that away from, you know what I mean? And I'm like, shout out to him. Kudos to him, man. And that's also what's needed, where in a situation where everybody's saying, I know KO was also one of the people who were saying, Nasty, no, sound American. And I'm like, yeah, if you are able to have that self-confidence, or the confidence in yourself to say, I'm going to do it regardless of what people are saying. I'm going to do it regardless, you know. And I think we all need that, you know, the inner voice, the voice that you listen to yourself when you speak, to say, regardless of what people say, this is my truth. And I admire Nasty in that sense, you know. And I've listened to, and how I got introduced to mainstream hip-hop in SA. I was never really a big SA hip-hop fan. I was always international. Still am, even die hard, you know. So people are, because I always felt like people like Sia Shezi, people like Maseveni, people like Chakatola, shout out to the Hotmans, shout out to them. And I've always felt like when you listen to Size 28, it relates to the person, you understand? And that never really made it to mainstream. Sia Shezi's music, it was big, you know, deep Soweto, people like Mickey M, people like Sia Shezi, people like Chuck D, Chakatola, people like Maseve. You would hear people playing or Chuck D, like the Size 28. But you get to this and you're like, well, why is this not appearing? Why is it not on TV? You know, and I'm like, how do we bridge these gaps that, you know, people like Sia Shezi is dope. And shout out to people like SNP, South and Full. Shout out to them, man. And I listen to the music and I'm like, well, Jana Nyaksa was just Sia Shezi as well. You're like, oh, this is what we listen to, guys. And at some time I felt like this is our music, and we never embraced hip-hop because it was an outside genre. It's not an original, it's not from South Africa, so it's an outside genre. So it was never really apprehended in a Nesejogoti. This is our own. It was never embraced as our own sound or South African sound. It was never embraced. I think even when people like Sia Shezi had content, like people blew up there. Pro blew up, but at the same time, I'm like, how does pro blow up? How does I'm so sorry for that. I know I got distracted and I got cut from there, so I came back. I'm back. Warabile, this is my brother Warabile Satan. I just thought of the clip now, and I wanna go back to what we were talking about, right? So I'm saying, hip hop was never really embraced sonically because it was always seen as a foreign genre. You know, that's why even people like Sia Shezi, Maseve, and Mickey M, Deep Soweto, and you know, all those guys, I would check the Size 28. They had content. I can put my money on Sia Shezi, and I'm like, give me any mainstream artist who can go against Sia Shezi. I get echo. You understand? Because lyrically, Sia Shezi is nice. You know, lyrically, Sia Shezi is very nice, and you can't put them against it. And you're like, because this person has always been nice in this thing, but because of the sound, sonically, it was never embraced more than the US, which is the originator of the sound. You know, I think that might be the possible reason. And I'm like, it's interesting how the PTA guys, all the guys from PTA, shout out to 25K, I listened to him, and I'm like, they own it, they own their sound. Understand? They own their sound, and it's bigger now and better because they're embracing it. And it still has the trap, piano. It's nice. You listen to tracks like Soshplat, and I'm like, ooh, we are getting to it. You understand? As much as then we didn't embrace it, but now people are more accepting. We have the internet, we like, oh, now it's no longer that Jay-Z is above Cass, or Cass is above Nasty. We are able to look at the performances, and you're like, no, this guy can't be better than this guy. It's based on what we see. With these events, it's not a hearsay. Even though you're not in the event, people take videos and you're like, oh, he killed it, he did it, he did this, he did it. And you are able now, given the internet, as I was saying, you are able to see certain things and certain gaps. You're like, oh, people like Siashes were incapable of closing these gaps because the market wasn't there yet. And now the market is there, and they are older. The content that they have now won't serve 2000 as it did, the content did for us. And you're like, how do you mitigate the experience and the content and the music with our generation, you know what I mean? And also accommodating the huge the pool, which is like 2K is like the biggest market. You understand? The 2K are like the biggest market. I was saying, they are the biggest market. What's going on with me, man? I don't know what's going to keep on repeating stuff. The 2Ks are like the market, So if you were to structure yourself as someone who's in like mid-30s into the 40s, I don't know how old Sia, but I think he's in his mid-30s. And you're like, how do you balance that content? How do we study Jay-Z? How do we do that? And we sell it and package that, take it to the world. I think now in market here, we can start having those conversations. And here, it's mega popular thing. Shout out to everybody, man. And speaking of American accents and sound, I wanted us to talk about Thuso Mbedu. A lot of people have been having here on social media saying that Thuso Mbedu she has an American accent, and since she went international in Hollywood, she changed it, she switched it up, and and I'm like, and I read some of the comments, and they were like, I've known Thuso Mbedu to always speak like this. I've always known her for this voice that she has, even when she went international, she always had that, she always had that voice. And I was like, I didn't hear the clip they were talking about, and I didn't see it. But Voice Got Thuso, to me, it's always been the same. It's always been the same to me, and I didn't hear a difference. I don't know if it's people that hate Thuso, or I don't know what the agenda is behind it. So I'm like, okay, it's fine, guys. It's fine. If you don't enjoy Thuso, don't listen to Thuso. You get what I mean? If you don't like it, don't like it. Don't follow. At the end of the day, Thuso is also a part of our African queens as well. You know what I mean? Thuso is also a part of our African queens. Instead of bashing her, I think we need to support, embrace her as one of those people who are making it internationally. Thuso is one of those, Tyla is one of those, Nora is one of those. And there's people maybe I might have not mentioned, but who are making it internationally as well, man. And shout out to all of them, shout out to all of them who are killing it. Instead of doing that, let's just embrace, but Twitter has never been, known to embrace. It's always been a place where people trash, people voice their opinions on different things, but it is what it is, man. I want us to talk about the story. I'm looking at the clip now on Twitter. What's going on with these liquid fruits, guys? The people are finding things inside the liquid fruits. What are those things, guys? Like, it's not healthy. Like, what's going on? Like, how are we carrying inspections? And because this is not it, guys. And people have been, I've even saw on TikTok as well, like, people bought their juices, the liquid fruits, and they're finding stuff inside the liquid fruit. I don't know what those things are, first and foremost. And who's doing inspection on these things before they come into the store? Because people will get sick because of these things, And I'm like, I'm trying so hard not to say the government, but at the end of the day, health inspection, how do those things get into the store, and what is the government doing about it? Because this thing is going to cause a lot of sickness, if it continues to go on. It's not nice to see this. It's not nice to see this. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I wonder if I had the juice ignoring it had that. And you don't even feel the thing inside. It's disgusting. Don't you feel the thing inside? What's going on? That one, like, what's going on in this thing? That one, so it's disgusting, man. And I hope we can find a solution to that. And before we went on the break, I wanted us to talk. Yeah, I saw Nota has a new girlfriend. Yeah, Nota has a new girlfriend. Nota has a new girlfriend. I saw Nota has a new girlfriend, guys. And maybe that's why he's been quiet, or prison time humbled him, because Nota was very busy, and also not trashing anyone, not trashing Berita. It was time to move on. They did their thing. But I saw, I think Robert Boy is still in the States, and I think Nota's also in the States. And them being in the States, there was a video that came out showing, and they were saying, but this is Nota's new chick, blah, blah, blah. When I'm like, oh, good for him, he should protect it with his life. He should not expose it and let people get Zagana, with his life. And I was listening to the episode with Berita, and he was saying Nota got consumed by the comments, the negative comments, that he felt he needs to comment on everything that's being said by him, and it took away the most precious time with his family, and it created a gap between them, and I hope that he learns from that and he grows as well, and I know some people are doubting, how did Nota, and people like Quest are the products of Nota, products of Nota. And I've seen the Robot Boy, they know, a lot of people know, industry heads know, Nota is very wise, he has information, he's a genius as well, but again, you can be a genius, you can be distracted. At the end of the day, you are human. Which brings me to the book of the day. The book of the day is What Happened to You by Bruce D. Perry, who is a psychiatrist, and the book was written by him and Oprah Winfrey. The name of the book of the day, What Happened to You by Bruce D. Perry. He's a psychiatrist in the United States, and Oprah Winfrey. And I've seen, I've noticed one of two books. Is it two books? One of two books. Wow, two books. Oprah has been partnering with people to write, and what's behind it. And when we come back, I think we're going to release another episode in 6 p.m. And I also want to talk about the rumors around Naomi Campbell. Around Naomi Campbell. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode, guys. It was a pleasure talking to you. Let's meet later on. I'm your host, Lesego M, Daddy Pod, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Cairo. Let's meet on another exciting episode of Backroom Convos with Lesego M. Cheers.